All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. Yes, sir. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your trusted internet pilot tonight. Ooh, so you can see my hands. Man, internet pilot tonight. Let me get my sausages on the screen there. Yeah, man. I think this is going to be a good flight. I'm excited for this airplane. Now, we do have bad news before we start. When we first started earlier, we talked about there was a crash earlier where everyone died. All 12 people died. It was a horrible accident. There's been another accident. This one I just started reading about. So 8 dead after a B-52 crashes after takeoff in California. Wow. Look at that. That is right where where Edwards is. Not Edwards. Yeah, it is Edwards Air Force Base. Okay, yeah. Wow. Our thoughts and prayers go with to the family, to the families of whoever was on board. Yeah, that is a shame, man. I'd be interested to see what caused this airplane to crash, because that is, they're meticulous with these. I mean, it's the military. Now, of course, this could be a symptom of, go woke, get broke, get woke, go broke, whatever the hell that saying is. Maybe there was some DEI pilots in there that had no business piloting airplanes. I'm all for equal shit, for people, but if you're not capable of flying an airplane, then you shouldn't be flying. I don't give a fuck what color you are, what gender you claim to be. You know what I mean? If you can't do the job, you shouldn't be in there just because you're a certain thing. So hopefully that wasn't the case. Probably is, unfortunately. But yeah, man, this is terrible. Terrible. Between this crash and the other one, this is... Yeah, there's the one we talked about earlier, the skydiving crash. It's actually 12 people that... Oh, yeah, 11 passengers and the pilot. So, yeah, man, it's a shame, man. Absolute shame. Well, on a lighter note, we're here at Idaho Falls. Let me show you where we're at here. Let me show you where we are. So here's Idaho Falls. This is a real flight. Thrive Aviation, Flight 799. From Idaho Falls down to Phoenix. KIWA is the airport, KIWA. So that's what our flight plan is in this amazing new business jet. I really do think this is the best business jet that they got available right now. After flying it a little bit more, playing with some of the things that are in it, yeah, I definitely think this thing is top notch. If we can't hear anything, it's okay. I'll turn the game audio on here in a bit. But yeah, we're going to get this thing fired up. We're going to get this bird juiced up. We're going to get this bird fired up. We're going to try to get one of them soft, buttery landings. Man, my mini mic is... Why is it so high up there? All right, let's reduce it a little bit more. All right. Yeah, man. So let's play the intro, and then we're going to jump into this airplane and get this bitch up and rolling, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Just do it. And send some money my way, damn it. I need money. How can you turn down this smile? See? All right, so that's good enough. All right, let's go ahead and get into this aeroplano. And I decided I'm going to do the regular version of the checklist here. Let me get something pulled up here real quick. I need to switch where the EFB is in this lineup of, there we go. Okay. So first things first, engine, pitot, APU covers. Let's remove all the covers. Batteries left and right connected, APU. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove all the covers. Get ground power connected. All right, batteries are good. Let's make sure everything is good on the outside. I wonder if Skyward Simulations, if they're a Swiss company. They got that flag up there. Here's our little ground power cart here. I like the Embraer, the E55. That one, the little the unit sits right on top of the wing. All right, APU oil test. All right, where's well, we're not going to be able to test anything. We don't have any power on. Here's the test button for that. Cockpit recorder. Now, you know, it could actually be on inside here. Okay, do we have buttons up top? Yeah, that's just lights. Okay. So that's not going to help. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's just the, okay, that's that. All right. Documents. First aid, cabin, throttles. Okay. Exterior is fine. All right, cockpit preparation. Okay, let's arm the emergency lights. All right, standby power, test and on, and then turn the batteries on. All right. Put the batteries on. Let's get the external power connected here. That's interesting. Maybe we should get the APU turned on pretty quickly, I would guess. Yeah, let's power source, external power APU. Yeah, let's turn the APU on. Circuit breakers, let's make sure those are all looking good. Those are all looking good. Whoa! That's pretty cool. Let's test our oxygen. All right, APU is rolling. Let's turn on our displays.
TOS system test. Okay.
All right, excellent. Let's get our flight plan pulled in. See what else is on this checklist here. Bus tie. AVN buttons both. A lot of this stuff is already done. Yeah, see, they're both on. That's all on. Okay. Oxygen on auto. Got a flight plan pulled in here. All right, there's our flight plan. There's our weather. Charts. KIDA. Nice. In that. And we're not doing an actual departure, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, services. Left avionics. All right, so that's for opening up all the doors. Those are for the batteries. There's GPU. We didn't click on that before. That's why it didn't connect. That's okay. We can actually remove that now. All right, payload. Let's import everything from SimBrief. Oh, good. It switched to pounds automatically. Excellent. Very good. So that looks good. Okay, batteries look good. Refill the hydraulic system. And oxygen. Let's just refill all the tanks. Excellent. What's next here on the checklist? All right, landing gear. Let's make sure that's down. We have 3 green lights on that. Cockpit controls, okay, and CVR. Let's pull that button in. Test that. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Okay, that is all good. All right, before start. All right, battery buttons are good. External power, APU is on. Battery is good. Okay, bus tie is set. Wheel chocks, we'll remove those after we start the engines up. Actually, no, we'll do that now. Let's remove the chocks now. All right, let's start I'll tell you what, let's contact ATIS first. Let me get say intentions pulled up here. All right, so let's get ATIS, that's 135,325. Let's get that set. Let me get say intentions pulled up so we can hear it.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information for them. Idaho Falls Regional Airport, information for them. 2353 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 17. Wind 160 at 9er. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 26, dew point -1. Altimeter 3012. Density altitude 7,000 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information for them. Idaho Falls Regional Airport, information for them. 2353 Zulu. Arriving.
Actually, yeah, we'll do that. All right, log on. And on the other one, let's do our weights and fuel. All right, payload. Payload, takeoff. All right, let's get our flight plan pulled in here. All right, CP DLC is active. KIDA. Probably going to be taken off on runway 21. Yeah, it looks like runway 21 is good at procedures. Departure is that. Okay, transition is RAM. Team Ramrod. Get it? Ramathorn, Ram, and Rod. Alright, and then we have arrival, we have flag, Desert 2, we have ILS 30C, that looks good, and then in between RAM, LHO, yep, okay, let's add in LHO, then we have TCH, after that, we have CORKR. See if we can get a, there we go, load airway. Airway J11, and our exit is going to be CORKR. There we go. Load airway, and that's all done now. Okay, flight plan is all done. Weather, load METAR. That all looks good. Takeoff configuration looks good.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire. Left engine fire. Right engine fire. Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
Smoke detector.
Baggage fire. Baggage fire. Baggage fire.
Done. Annunciator.
Hey folks, welcome on our trip to Phoenix. I'm Juniper, and I'll be looking after you today. Up front is
There's
Captain Gray.
ACARS.
Please take your seats and make sure any personal items are secured. If you need anything,
Your
feel
departure
free to ask
clearance.
me. Thank you for flying with Santa
Like
Cruz
runway
Airways,
17.
where we bring the ocean breeze to the skies.
Alright, we'll fix that in a moment. Alright, we have 5353 for our transponder code. Departure. There's our departure there. Squawk. Let's go back to our flight plan and update that. Okay. So what did it say? Runway. Oh, runway did it say? Runway 17. Okay. Let me see, is there anything we can do with runway 17? Nope. Okay, so we're just gonna do runway 17 then. So let's... Can't just put in runway 17, it won't let me. Okay, that's fine. Go back to the flight plan here. And let's see here. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's fine. We'll go right to there. Okay, very good. So takeoff data. Runway 17. That's good. Alright, that's good. What do we miss here? There we go. Okay. Set takeoff speeds. That's all done. Set initialization. Excellent. So we're pretty much ready now to take off and shit. So let's make sure all the doors are closed. All right, let's see if we can request push and start. Here. Oh, APU generator on. Okay. Let's see here. Utilities. All right, request. Where's push and... All right, we'll just contact them. Idaho Falls ground, Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor requesting push and engine start.
Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor, contact ground for your request.
Thought I did. Ground is 121.7. Okay. Idaho Falls ground, Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor requesting push and engine start.
Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor, push and start approved. Tail southeast.
Tail south east, that means we got to go that way. So do we have a backup machine? I don't think we have a backup machine with us. That's all right. We don't need it. We can we can just drive forward. So let's go ahead and get the engine started up. Okay, seatbelt signs on. ATIS is clear. Okay. Refer to operating. Minimum potential for turbine. Initiate start within 1 minute of engine shutdown. Okay, that's fine. All right, max cool button off. First of all, let's get our lights on. On our anti-collision lights. Max cool is off. All right, APU bleed air, we'll turn that on. I'm not sure if it has to be on or not, but it makes sense to me if it is. All right, engine. Okay, so that's pretty much what we gotta do. Let's go ahead and start up our engines. Engine number 2 is starting up. Adjust our trim, takeoff, go. Whoa, shit, we're moving.
Folks, we'll be getting underway shortly, so please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and any loose items are secured. I'd like to ask you to pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. Please fasten, adjust, and open your seatbelt as I demonstrate.
Okay, avionics,
Remember, your
cooling
seatbelt must
fans,
be
control
fastened
lock.
whenever
Let's
the
unlock
sign
the
is
control lock.
illuminated.
Let's put max cool in.
Please return your seatbacks to the upright position and keep your
Control
window
lock.
blinds open for takeoff. Mobile phones
set our
phones and
flaps for
electronic
takeoff.
devices must be sent to flight mode, and larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. Put it on and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow the crew's instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire,
All right, I
please
think we're good
inform
for
me immediately.
takeoff, actually.
The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
We leave the. It looks like we leave the APU on. Okay, that all looks fine. Cooling fans are on. Idaho Falls ground, Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor requesting taxi clearance to runway 17.
Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor, runway 17, taxi via Delta Alpha Bravo 2 Bravo.
Taxi to runway 17 via Delta Alpha Bravo 2 Bravo, Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor. Okay, that all looks good. Control lock handle. Okay, let's check our controls before we move. All right. Yep. Yep. Rudder. Okay, rudder is not working yet. Maybe we need to push this button here. It's interesting. They're moving outside. Alright, it's moving outside. That's fine. Alright, let's roll. .12 is the weather. I still don't see anything about turning the APU off. Maybe we turn it off after we take off. I think we turn it off before we get to 20,000 feet, if I remember right. Taking off on the shorter of the two runways for some reason.
Approaching runway 17.
All right, let's cross the runway and then cross the runway and then line up. Oh, do I have GPU-Z and all that running? No auto FPS. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, something's not that right. We're going to do VFR. And let me get the Sky Dolly going here as well.
036 ready to taxi.
Vision Jet 036, runway 17, taxi via Delta Alpha Bravo 2 Bravo.
Runway 17 taxi
Alright, that's
via
now
Delta
going.
Alpha Bravo 2 Bravo Vision Jet 036. November 83 Whiskey Sierra ready to taxi.
November 83 Whiskey Sierra, runway 17, taxi via Echo Alpha Bravo 2 Bravo.
Alright, control lock, radar, speed knob, that's fine.
Bravo 3.
PCAS, okay, takeoff, throttles. Okay, after takeoff. Idaho Falls, ground, Cessna, Sierra, Oscar Victor, holding short, runway 17, ready for departure.
Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor, contact tower on 118.5 for departure clearance.
Contact tower 118.5, Cessna, Sierra, Oscar Victor. Idaho Falls Tower, Cessna, Sierra, Oscar Victor, holding short, runway 17, ready for departure. I don't get this, man. I have the volumes set, right? But why is it sometimes you can barely hear them and sometimes they're so fucking loud, saying tensions? Why? Why can't you just have... Why can't it just be the volume? You know what I mean? Why can't we set the volume and it's there and it works? I don't fucking get you guys. I really don't. Cabin crew, take your seats for departure.
Copy, Captain. I'm taking my seat
See how
now.
loud that is? I showed you this before. I got everything turned down to like 29 out of 100. There's no reason why she should be so fucking loud and we can barely hear the tower. Flap selector. Okay. Autopilot over. Pressurization. Seatbelt. Alright, very good. Let's go. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Knots, V1. brake, gear up. Heater controls on. Yaw dampener on. Light level, nav, and autopilot.
Cessna Hotel, Bravo, Sierra, Oscar, Victor. Good morning. Climbing through
Flaps up.
5,500.
Cessna Hotel Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor, Salt Lake Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, turn right heading 225, direct IYEF when able, then on course.
Climb and maintain 10,000. Right heading 225, direct IYF when able, then on course. Cessna Hotel, Bravo, Sierra, Oscar, Victor.
Why do you have us turning, you dick? That makes no fucking sense.
Cessna Sierra, Oscar Victor, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280. Cessna Hotel, Bravo, Sierra, Oscar, Victor.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for flying with Santa Cruz Airways, where we bring the ocean breeze to the
Santa
sky.
Cruz Airways, what the fuck are you talking about? Alright, let's turn the APU off. Alright, we're rolling, baby. Best airplane, best business jet in the game. My opinion. Climb and maintain 32,000. All right, send that in. Go ahead and just do standard pressure now. Things are looking okay. Check off these boxes here. Reach it. See the screen at the same time. You know what? Let me save this position here. We'll save this as a checklist. after there. Good. Pulse should be off. Okay, pulse is off. Another message. Climb and maintain 37,000. I love that this system works. That's so fucking dope. Okay, hydraulics. Fuel. Very good. Everything's looking good. Okay, normal cabin pressure. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. You can turn the ignition on. That's pretty cool, man. They got some cool shit in here. Yep. Exterior lights. Okay, we can turn pulse off. Briefing. Look at that. We can do landing, takeoff, turbulence, over water. Look at all those languages too. That's pretty cool. Wording. Very cool, man. Very cool, man. Got some cool shit in this thing. All right, we rolling now. Message. Climb and maintain 42,000. Very nice. There's no clouds at all. I think we have live weather on. Yeah, we got live weather on. I think it's live. Yeah, we got live on. God, it's so loud. and maintain 45,000. Alright, transponder is in auto. Cool. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. What a well-made plane, man. Skyward Simulations, man. I don't know where y'all came from, but thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming to the party. Yeah, what a great airplane. It really is. I think this is the best business jet available right now in the simulator. I really do. Should have I don't like that the weather doesn't really show here though. I mean, it's got wind barbs, which I mean that is pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Oh wow, that is dope as hell. Look at the wind. That is cool, man. I was expecting this to show like actual like METAR weather, not this is really cool. Wow. All right, let's get charts for our approach. I gotta find a reason to fly this airplane more. like I really do, man. Like this is really cool. So, tentatively, our arrival chart is going to be 42B. And supposedly our approach is going to be 41.1. Oh, look at that. Look how it puts them up top here. That is really cool. Can you X them out from there, too? Oh, you sure can. Look at that. That is dope as fuck. Look at that. That's cool. Wow. All right, what should we be cruising at today? .73 is what we should be. Wind, weather. Oh, they got the ground speed there. That is awesome. That comes in handy when you're descending. You're trying to get to a 3% descent. Yeah, it's usually, I think it's 5 times the ground speed. Now 3369, that I thought I changed. It's okay. Shit, look at that. Look at that, boy. Cool, man. We are still nicely climbing. Go a little cinematic mode on you. Came very close to flying to the Cayman Islands again, but I wanted to see if this CP DLC system worked again. And sure enough, it sure does, man. I'm ready to try this in a different country. See if it works. Oh, let's turn those lights off. I guess those are the recognition lights. Should have all the filters on right now. All our VST filters. Let me see here. Yep. Excellent. Wonder how it sounds when you go. Let's check it out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man, look at all that aluminum they're putting up in the sky, all that aluminium up there. Very cool. Very cool, man. What a cool aircraft. Alright, we're almost at 45,000 feet. Now we could probably give it a little more juice. Don't want to give it too much. I'm not really sure what our exhaust should be, but I mean, whatever it is, we're well below it. But well, that's interesting. I don't see any option for wind right now. Oh, it's down here on the bottom. Okay. Let me see. I think option 3 is what I usually like. Okay, I guess we'll stick with option 1 since it's got both directions there. We're almost at cruising altitude. DNAV. Turn that screen brightness down a little bit. Target cruising speed and descent. Okay, that all looks good. stuff up a little brighter outside. Maybe we'll make it like late in the day. I'm in on a little evening approach here. Come on, bitch. Keep climbing, motherfucker. Come on. Thought we were only climbing to 43,000 feet on this flight.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna Hotel,
No.
Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor. Good evening. Climbing through flight level 420 for flight level 450. Cessna Hotel, Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor, Salt Lake Center. Good evening.
All right, we're almost at 45,000 feet. I think that's what they just contacted. Yep. Very good. Oh. And it follows you. That is interesting. You can click on the little vent there and that brings out the tablet. That's pretty cool. Very nice. All right, once we level off, we do need to get some speed going here because we're a little slow. We're not off by much. We're at altitude. All right, 0.72 is what we should be cruising at, I think. No, 7.3. That's close enough.
Delta 1244.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 1244, flight level 300.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. I highly recommend trying our signature tropical fruit platter and the refreshing sparkling water. After the service, I will have some delightful items from our shop available for you. Thank you for flying with Santa Cruz Airways, where we bring the ocean breeze to the skies.
Salt Lake Center, Southwest 2401, 16,000.
Southwest 2401, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 2607, flight level 310.
Delta 2607, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Salt Lake Center, Skywest 3903, flight level 280.
Skywest 3903, Salt Lake Center, roger.
All right, we're almost at the right speed.
Salt Lake Center, Skywest 4246, flight level 220.
Salt Lake Center, roger.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 2311, flight level 200.
Delta 2311, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Oh, the message from YouTube is gone now. I guess I fixed the bitrate problem.
Salt Lake Center, Allegiant 3221, flight level 190.
Allegiant 3221, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 1277, flight level 230.
Delta 1277, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're pretty much at speed. Stop at Sense in about 40 minutes.
Salt Lake Center. Cessna Hotel. Bravo, Sierra. Oscar, Victor. Good evening. Maintaining flight level 450.
Cessna Hotel, Bravo, Sierra, Oscar Victor, Salt Lake Center. Good evening. Salt Lake Center, Delta 1277, 18,000. Delta 1277, Salt Lake Center, roger.
That's cool. Oh, this is what I was looking for before. Yeah, where was that at? So next time I get in this airplane, we go to services, then go to ACAR. This is what I was looking for departure clearance earlier.
Salt Lake Center, Southwest 4288, flight level 360. Southwest 4288, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Nice plane, nice airplane. I guess we could always go 2x.
Hey, Captain Greg. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack while we're cruising?
Sure thing, Juniper. I'll take a lemon lime Gatorade, and our esteemed co-pilot Blair will have a Coke. Thank you.
Understood, Captain. I'll bring a lemon lime Gatorade and a Coke to the cockpit now.
Thanks, baby. Baby. Was this the airplane where they were all black? I don't remember if this is the one that was all black when we flew it last time. I'd have to go back and watch. If this is the airplane we flew out of, like Turks and Caicos or something like that, it was all black people. Why are you just sitting in the bath? That is not that. Let me see your ticket. Hand over your ticket, miss. That is not a regulation seat. No, I am talking. Don't look away from me. I'm talking to you. Give me your ticket. Excuse me. You got a lot of ear hair, by the way. Whoever modeled you, they might have you confused with another gender.
Captain, I have your lemon lime Gatorade and a
damn,
Coke
why the
ready.
fuck is it so
Just a
loud?
moment and I'll bring them in.
Let me show you. Let me bring up say intentions, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with my.
Air 2269, flight level 340.
Horizon Air 2269.
Here we go.
Salt Lake Center, roger.
Let's look at volumes. They are all at like 29 or 30. There is no reason anybody talking to me from this simulator should be that fucking loud. That is absolutely nuts. I guess we could go 2x for a little while. That way we can descend a little bit quicker. A little bit. Oh, son of a bitch. I want to take a bite of food. Drop my chopstick. I hate when they fall on the floor. Like, even though I clean the floor, I always feel like it's so dirty when they just like, bounce around off the floor. Yeah, man, diet food. Homemade chicken, fresh string beans, and corn, fresh corn. Soy sauce, a little bit of pepper, and some chili flake. Delicious. And on Weight Watchers, it's 0 points, which is banging. Hey, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you have to eat bad food. I'd rather eat this than a slice of pizza. That's a lie. I haven't had a slice of pizza in so long, I forgot what it tastes like. I'll be right back. I know my mic is still on. It's okay. I'm not doing anything bad. Okay.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna Hotel, Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor. Good evening at flight level 450.
Cessna Hotel, Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor, Salt Lake Center, good evening.
I think we're in sped up mode. Oh yeah, we can see the mileage ticking down. Yeah. Yeah, such a great little airplane, man. Wow. I almost didn't buy it too, because I'm like, man, I have like so many Cessna already. Like, you know, we got the CJ4, we have the Latitude or Longitude, whatever the hell that one is. Then we have the Citation X. But if they had this equipment in like the Citation X or the Latitude, I wouldn't have bought this. If it had the CP DLC like this one has, it's really nice when that kind of system works properly. What part of the world we're over right now. I mean, I know we're over America, but let's see here. Yeah, we're over Utah. Okay, that's cool. I don't see anything about VNav in here yet. So let's go ahead and do something here. Let's put this on regular speed.
Salt Lake Center, WestJet 2281, flight level 340.
WestJet 2281, Salt Lake Center, roger.
I think that's why it's not doing its thing here. All right, let's do charts.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 2647, flight level 390.
Delta 2647, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Oh well, fuck it. We can pull it up on the tablet here. All right, let's look at our charts here. Arrival.
Southwest 1131, flight level 340.
Southwest 1131, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Desert. So this one here.
Salt Lake Center, WestJet 1465, flight level 350.
WestJet 1465, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Yeah, I'm trying to build up my flight hours skill, mate. I'm trying to build up my flight hours, man. Yeah, you know what? I felt like flying again. Yeah, that's it. I flew earlier. Now this is in Microsoft. I really wanted to fly this airplane again because I wanted to try out the ATC system again, and man, it works really well. Just like it did last time. It's cool. All right, so flag. And then we have desert. And that looks like it's at like 11,000 feet to 8,900 feet. And then shock. All right, let's see if we can put some altitudes here.
Salt Lake Center, Iberia 352, flight level 350.
Iberia 352, Salt Lake Center, roger.
So let's say by busted we need to be at 9,000 feet. Okay. Nice, man. So you got the chance to do another flight last night too. That's dope, man. Did you fly the 736 again last night? Good little airplane, man, that 736, man. All right, remove manual. Now, it doesn't pull up our... Yeah. I wonder what the size difference is between that and, like, the 800. I have the 800. Is it, like, maybe 30 feet longer? I wonder what the difference would be. Okay. So we can't pull in an approach. They don't have... Oh, shit, they sure do here. Iowa, I don't think we can. Let's see here. Flights. Oh, we can do Iowa. All right, let's do that. So Iowa's our transition, and then let's see here for. Yeah, ILS can be a little tricky. Like if you don't capture the localizer first, a lot of times it won't capture the glide slope. Hopefully you'll figure it out. If you have trouble, let us know. There's a lot of folks out there that can help you out, I'm sure.
Salt Lake Center, Southwest 1131, flight level 270.
Southwest 1131, Salt Lake Center, roger.
All right, so Snowell has to be at 3,300 feet, and our decision height we do a Category 1 landing, so again, 200 feet. Seems like it's always 200, it's either 200 feet or 50 feet. All right, so it's got the right frequency, 110.15. Load that. Okay, so that's now done. We have 21 minutes now until we descend. And I want to do one last thing here. Let me set up the course. So let's go into heading mode. Switch our navigation source. Let's come up here and plug in the course for landing. So it's 303 is what it looks like. Yep, we're flying in nice. My last time probably using the flight stick. Well, the setup until the weekend. All right, so we have 303. I'm going to set up the same thing for localizer too. You don't really have to, but I like setting up both sides to be the same. I always make sure both sides have the same frequency set, though. That's just something I've always done. Sometimes these airplanes, they require you to have both sides synced up for frequency. Let's make sure we have the right frequencies in here. So audio and radios. Yep. All right, and then the VOR station 113.3, so let's just put that in as a backup on both sides. 113, And then I do want to turn on the volume for nav 1 so we can hear the Morse code when we get close to it. All right, let's put a little more throttle in since we're slowing down a little bit. Yeah, this is a great airplane. I love this thing. Probably my favorite business jet that I have out of all the business jets. This is probably my favorite one. Yeah, most definitely. Another thing I like to do too, like I'll get on X-Plane and I'll just, sometimes I can do it here too, but usually on X-Plane it's easier because it loads in quicker. But I'll just sit there with an airplane and just program in like an ILS landing or an RNAV landing, and I'll just do it.
Center, Delta 290, flight level 370.
When I'm landing, if I have like an ILS programmed, I always try to keep the center. I treat it like a video game essentially. I try to keep everything centered, and yeah, man, it's fun to try to keep everything lined up properly. Oh, we got to switch our, that's on above. Let's switch that. Our traffic here. All right, let's just set it for below in case we need to descend. Fuel is looking okay. Let's check our systems out. Make sure everything is still kosher, so to say. Nope, wrong screen, damn it. Hang on, let's put weather back over there. Let's switch screens again. All right, that looks good. Hydraulics look good. Okay, fuel is a little uneven. We've got to keep an eye on that. We might have to open up our cross feed. Our electrical is electricking. All right, cabin. That all looks good.
Center, American 136, flight level 350.
American 136, Salt Lake Center, roger.
Yep. That looks good. Temperature is still... Oh, wow. Why is it only 14 degrees? Do I not have one air and all that? I thought I had on all that stuff. Yeah, it's all on normal. That's weird. Huh. It's very strange that it didn't warm up anything. Yeah, it should have. That's all pressurization. Maybe because I have max cool on, maybe that's why. Lights, cabin briefing, landing. That's pretty cool. I'm going to try that when we land. You can open and close the shades. And they got so many cool little features here. Attack Los Angeles Center, very good. That's my favorite thing about this airplane, is I don't have to talk to the ATC. I can just click on these buttons. Cockpit, DLC, whatever DLC is. It's only 14 degrees in the cabin. That is not... Yeah, that's pretty chilly.
Los Angeles Center, Cessna Hotel, Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor. Good evening at flight level 450.
Good job, Blair.
Cessna Hotel Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor, Los Angeles Center. Good evening.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this temperature. It's not increasing. Unless I needed to turn that fan on that I just turned on. I don't think I did. That's for anti-ice. No, that's a windshield fan. That's not the... Huh. Do I need to go in the back and do something? Let me see here. I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was nothing in there. Ah, headphone mode. Very cool. Yeah, I'm not really sure why the heat didn't turn up. This should do it automatically. Now, it's a good thing they're not complaining. Some of these airplanes, they actually complain. I'm like, really, bitch? Put a jacket on. Don't fly with us again. It's okay. Oh, no shit. I'll have to try that out one day. That's cool. Yeah, sometimes it's nice just starting right on the runway. With engines on, everything. Sometimes it's nice just taking off and not doing all the setup stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be any of those. Well, let's turn the fans off and see what happens.
426, flight level 370.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see if that actually works. I think I've tried that before, and I don't think I had success with, like, loading into the same flight. Yeah, if that works, let me know. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've been able to do that before, where, like, I saved it, got out of the simulator, and then loaded back in, like, and was at the same place. I think if you were to do that, make sure you have the right default set for starting up the engines. Like, if you leave it on cold and dark, and then restart the sim, it might go back to cold and dark. So before you save it, at least I would, and you might already know this, but I would certainly make sure it's like ready for takeoff, like ready for taxi or whatever mode they have. Make sure it's not cold and dark. All right, I gotta imagine we're gonna be descending here pretty soon. Yeah, they got us in 12 minutes descending. All right, very good. I'm going to leave the co-pilot with the comms, that way I can focus on flying. Yeah, I don't like the fact that the heat is not kicking on for these folks. That I'm going to have to try to figure out why it's not working. It's probably something simple that I just didn't click on. But it shouldn't be at 14 degrees. Thinking unless it's one of these, it shouldn't have anything to do with this. Is all pressure right here. Here we go. Oh, I can't even manipulate these. Well, who gives a fuck then? Why am I even worried about it? I can't even play with this. Who gives a fuck? If I knew that, I wouldn't even have wasted any time on it. All right, let's look at some shit for landing here. Let's go to performance, landing data, weather, load in from METAR, 2980. Oh, wow, that's low pressure. All right, there's our runway. Anti-ice, auto throttle off. Okay, that works out. Set landing speeds. Okay, that's all done. Weight and fuel. Okay, and flap speeds. All right, looks good to me. Checklist pulled up for, let's see here, checklist options. Oh, okay, that's nothing big. Oh, look at that, they have emergency procedures too. That's pretty cool. All right, so we have descent. Get that pulled up and split the screens again. Oh, son of a bitch, I always do that. Be playing with the wrong screen. All right, there we go. You know what, let me check fuel out real quick. All right, we're still about 100 pounds off. Let me open up the cross feed here. So I want to do... see if that'll flow to the oh, well, fuck it. That might not work either right now. It's pretty close, though. It's only 100 pounds off. All right, there's our checklist for descent. Yep. Yeah, boy. Pretty sure we are, should be just about over Arizona at this point, I would think. Oh yeah, we're definitely, okay. Oh, we got a message. You got a message from Smokey? Give it. You ain't Smokey, it ain't your motherfucking message. Now give me the message. It's from Willie in the Slammer. You've been busted? Yeah, the man picked me up. I ain't got no fucking time to play with you. Give me the message. Oh, I don't need to reply to that. Okay. Oh, you know, I could just write Wilco, I guess. Maybe I can stick around for a while. No, that's out, man. You know, what can we the lords do with a punk like you? Kiss my ass, motherfucker. Me and you, motherfuckers, me and you. Trademarks around your fucking eyes. Such a good opening to a song. Song Iron Maiden from Ghostface Killer. I always like how Wu-Tang starts out their songs. Usually it's with Shaolin monks fighting each other. All right, descent should be coming up almost, I would think, just about any minute now. Oh man, I really hope I win the Mega Millions tonight. I really don't want to go to work tomorrow. I just want to wake up rich. Go to bed poor, wake up rich. Boy, I would make a good millionaire, that's for sure. I would not create any trouble. The only thing I would do is like move to Wyoming or move to Montana, build me a big ass house in the mountains with a secret bookshelf that I can pull a book and like the thing opens up and I can go down at like the Bat Cave, and that's where I'll have like 2 cockpits set up, one for an Airbus and one for a Boeing. Yeah, boy. I wouldn't be one of those cases that goes broke after, you know, after a couple of years. Oh, VNAV is getting ready to start. All right, let's activate VNAV. See here, request. $9,000. Oh, level 9. 090. All right, let's see what they say. Because we've started our descent, so they better be okay with it. All right, we have our landing elevation. That's already here on the screen, so we can click on that. Altimeters, we'll set those once we get to 18,000 feet. Clear, desert flag, transition, expect descent, descend and maintain. Oh, 32,000.
Folks, we have left our cruising altitude and are starting our approach to Phoenix. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for your cooperation.
Excellent.
Autopilot.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that this deactivates autopilot. Oh shit, I had no idea. I gotta fix that. Hang on one second. Since when does that button deactivate autopilot? Yeah, what? Oh, I know why, because I adjusted the trim. That's why the autopilot kicked off. Wow, that motherfucker is sensitive, Jesus. All right, we can put our speed back in manage mode, so we'll put that back on FMS. Is this the airplane that I can click on the underneath and turn the... No, that's the Embraer. Okay. The other plane that came out recently, that Embraer, you can click on the underneath and that'll turn on the lamps. Yeah, cabin internet on off. That's pretty cool. All right, what is... pressure? I don't think it'll give us the pressure here. Yeah, it won't give us the pressure. That's okay. Oh, you know where I can get it actually? Let's do ATIS. Services, ACARS. Let's do KIWA. Our airport we're approaching.
Albuquerque Center, Cessna Hotel, Bravo, Sierra, Oscar, Victor. Good evening. Flight level 380 for flight level 320.
All right, Wilco.
Cessna Hotel, Bravo, Sierra, Oscar, Victor, Albuquerque Center. Good evening.
All right, that's not what I wanted. All right, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Let me go into Navigraph and get it. Pressure's 2982. Probably could have just gone right on the our tablet and gotten it, the game tablet. So we can preset the pressure here. That way when we click on it, it'll just go right to the right pressure. All right, so there's 2982. All right, are you going to descend us down farther, or what's going on, buddy? They'll probably descend us again after we hit flag. The next waypoint here. There's 32,000. A lot of green there, a lot of rain. Tell you what, let's just keep on descending. I agree with you, dude. I think it's awesome. Descending and landing at an airport and seeing all the buildings. I mean, I think flying is one of the most amazing things ever. Something about dropping through the clouds. I agree, man. Yeah, I agree, dude. All right, I'm not listening to Say Intentions. I'm just going to descend. Because they're fucking us up again. As Say Intentions usually does, they don't descend us properly. Yeah, I think there's something about magical myself. That's why I'm like so hooked on this. This is like, the flight simulator is really the only thing I've really been stuck on technology-wise as an adult. Like game-wise, like, I know it's a game, but there's just something about learning the airplanes and the challenge of coming in for a good landing or doing procedures properly. It's just awesome. I'd love to do this in real life, but oh, there we go. You can descend farther. I wish that ding dong wasn't so loud. That I wish there was a separate option for. Descend and maintain 23,000. Okay. 23 in there for now. We are going a little slow. Let's speed up a little bit. God, the engines sound good. I'm so glad I put these filters on, these sound filters, to get rid of all the wind noise, or most of the wind noise at least. All right, rail outside temperatures -13 stated. Oh, look, it even has the ISA deviation. That is fucking dope. Not that we ever really need it in this airplane. It's not like, oh, look at that. Look at an airport down there. That's cool. Really? Let me see that. Is there really an airport down there through the clouds? Guess so. That's pretty cool. My hot pink airplane. That's not DEI friendly. Actually, it is DEI friendly. I think that's why that plane crashed earlier. The one in Edwards Air Force Base. I bet you it was a DEI pilot. I feel bad for everybody that died, man. There's 2 bad plane crashes in the last 2 days, man. And that one yesterday in Missouri that killed all 12 people. Skydiving airplane that for somehow it stalled during takeoff and it just went nose down into the ground, which is really odd. Yeah, there's been 2 crashes in the last 2 days. There's I don't know what kind of airplane it was yesterday, Cessna or a Cub Crafter or some shit. But yeah, 11 skydivers and the pilot died in Missouri. It crashed right for takeoff, and then today, a B-52 Stratofortress crashed and landed, taken off from Edwards. And all 8 people on board died. Horrible, horrible. That's always been my biggest fear of flying, is crashing like that. But that's very strange for an Air Force plane to crash like that. I'm thinking it's got to be a DEI pilot. You know, somebody that they gave the job to for reasons that they should never have gotten the job for. Like I'm all for hiring people or people doing the jobs that they're qualified to do. I don't give a shit what color you are, what your gender is, what you identify as. If you're qualified for the job, good luck. I'm not going to hire you for the job and put you in charge of an airplane like a B-52 just because you're black, or just because you're a woman, or just because you're Indian, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That shit is wild. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's very strange for that kind of airplane to crash. Yeah, affirmative action. That's right. That's right. Yep, that's what they used to call it. Now it's called DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's why we named our company DEI Lines. I think it was DEI Airlines, or I forget exactly what I called it, but it was DEI something. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere, man. That's how a lot of these politicians make their money, is on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I've even had that kind of training at my jobs, and I'm like, we shouldn't be hiring people just based on their color or their gender. We should be hiring people based on if they can do the job or not. All right, I'm ready for the next stage here, buddy. We gotta descend a little. Oh yeah, the government. Yeah, they definitely do. The government definitely wants us fighting each other. That's why they keep on trying to separate everybody. That's why they're always race baiting people, and yeah, it's all because they want a civil war. They want a reason to come after our guns and take our guns away. I fully believe if we didn't have the Second Amendment, that we would have been locked down like North Korea or China years ago. That's right. That's right. You're right about that. It doesn't matter what part of America you live in. It's the same pretty much everywhere. Except where I want to move to. I want to move to either Montana or eastern Idaho or Wyoming. I would move there tomorrow if I could afford it. I want like a 3-bedroom apartment, or like a house overlooking the mountains that's got really good internet, great internet, so I can do my job there, because I can do my job from anywhere, being that I work from home. But yeah, I'm so tired of living near big cities, man. I'm ready to move out to the countryside. I really am. I wouldn't move until my mom passes away, because she's like, she relies on me quite a bit, especially after my dad passed away. Like, my dad was still here, might be a different story. Maybe I would have moved already, but all right, here's our airplane. So I mean, what is the landing altitude, actually? Let me see this here. Oh, that's at 6,000, 9,000. Yeah, oh yeah, family definitely comes first, absolutely. Yeah, I've been a staunch believer in that for a long time. All right, can we descend again? I mean, what the fuck is going on here? We'll leave it. Let's see what they do. Oh yeah, we probably shouldn't be descending too much more right now, being that
Southwest 147, flight level 360.
See, that shouldn't be that loud either. What the fuck, man?
Southwest 147, Salt Lake Center.
I might open up a help ticket with say intentions, because I got every single one of their volumes set to like 29%, and a lot of times the shit is so loud, it like it shouldn't be. Like the last flight, I was talking to the co-pilot, and his thing almost blew my eardrums out. I was like, what the fuck, man? You're only at 29%. How are you talking that loud?
Salt Lake Center, Southwest 992, flight level 320. Southwest 992, Salt Lake Center, roger.
I love flying over this part of America. You know, I've talked to a lot of folks doing insurance. I've talked to a lot of folks that live like in the mountains of southern Colorado, the mountains of northern Arizona. They love it out there, man. Everybody seems so happy too. They just drive an old beat up pickup truck, which I'd be fine with, as long as it had air conditioning. My car right now doesn't have air conditioning, and boy, let me tell you something, man. I really miss air conditioning. My air conditioner blew out last summer. No, actually, last summer it blew out. And to fix my air conditioner, it's like $1,600 to fix my air conditioner. There ain't no way I'm spending that kind of money on that on my car. That's like more expensive than my car. I used to have really nice cars back in the day. I kind of gave all that shit up. I don't want car payments anymore. I'm tired of owing money to people, really. Tired of owing money to people. All right, can we descend again at some point? I wish this had a VFR map to it. So we could actually see the heights. Oh, look at that. Does it do wind? No, it doesn't. That's so gay. Why give us the option if we can't choose? Oh, maybe we need to choose a different map. Maybe it's the map. Nope. Yeah, why give us the fucking option just to tease us? Here you go. Here's an option you can't click on. Oh, I didn't realize you could just click on that to change it. No shit, that's bad, dude. Hopefully you got that worked out, man, because sometimes getting home insurance after it's been canceled is tough. And then sometimes the lender will put their own insurance on it, and that is usually bad. Like, they don't care about you. They just care about themselves. like whenever they put their own insurance on it, yeah, it always protects them. It never really protects the consumer. That sucks, man. Oh, good. All right, that's good.
Legion 678, Albuquerque Center, roger.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I talked to a good amount of folks during the week that have been in a similar situation. Yeah, that's great. That's a good thing nothing happened, man. Boy, that would have been terrible if something happened and like you thought you had insurance the whole time and you didn't have it. Yeah, that's good nothing happened. See, I swear they forgot about us. Here's the airport right here. No data received. Okay. All right, descend to 090. I believe you. I've heard that quite a few times too, where they didn't get a notification or they only got one. No phone calls, no mail, just one email. Yeah, that's crazy. There we go. Send and maintain 9,000.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 992, flight level 280. Southwest 992, Albuquerque Center, roger.
All All right, so we need to get down to 15,000 feet. Let's get down to 15,000. We can turn VNav off now since we're not using it anymore. God, that sounds so good, man, when they are when they're winding down. Maintain 7,000, okay. What the hell did I miss here? Why does it keep on the good chance he didn't send the pictures in, possibly. I'm not saying that's what happened, but yeah, if they didn't get it, there's a good chance they that they didn't get the pictures from your agent. Yeah, and I'm not really sure why this is still flashing. Oh well. Let's send to 7,000. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now it's all fixed. All right, pressure is still... Now it's 2983. I wish these buttons would work. Maybe one day they'll get these buttons to work here. I mean, range works, but not clear, enter. There's other buttons. All right, that's been now set. 2983. Yep. All right, exterior lights. Let's get that set up. Let's see here.
Phoenix approach. Cessna Hotel, Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor. Good evening. Descending flight level 190 for 7,000.
All right, that's now done. There's our approach checklist.
Oscar Victor, Phoenix approach. Good evening. Gateway altimeter 2982. Expect the ILS runway 30 center approach into gateway.
Altimeter 2982. Expecting the ILS runway 30 center approach. Cessna Hotel, Bravo Sierra, Oscar Victor.
Now, didn't it say cross? Hang on, cross Asia at or below. Oh shit, we gotta stop here. We have to cross this one waypoint here at or below 15,000 feet. I mean, at or above 15,000 feet. All right, let's hold off here. Fuck, man. Oh, CLPC. Okay, that's cool. Terminated, bitch. All right. Let me make sure I have, make sure the comms are still with our co-pilot here. Yep, they are. Boy, I like that system. That's cool. All right, let's Let's go into heading mode. All right, landing data has been confirmed. Minimums are set. Anti-ice is good. That's good. Let's let everyone know that we are sending here. Let's see here. We have cabin management. Yeah, here we go. Cabin briefing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be landing shortly. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely. Ensure your seat is upright.
All right, let's now drop down to 7,000 feet.
As a reminder, there are 2 emergency exits on board. One
Go
at the
down
front
minus
and
1,300
one
at a
the
time.
rear. Both clearly marked and
Well,
aware.
we can go down more than that. Let's
Window shades must be open for landing. The lavatory is now unavailable, and the door must remain open to maintain clear access to the rear emergency
turn left
exit.
heading 145.
Wi-Fi service will be discontinued shortly. Thank you for flying with us.
Oscar, Victor.
All right, heading 145 set.
Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor, 6 miles from Snow. Turn right heading 1902. Descend and maintain 3300 until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS runway 30 center approach.
Right heading 1902. Descend and maintain 3300 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 30 center approach. Cessna Hotel. Bravo, Sierra, Oscar, Victor.
Boy, they are not giving us any time to... We can't do that. You're putting us right... What the fuck, say intentions? No fucking way. There's no way we're going to be able to land. Phoenix approach, Cessna, Sierra, Oscar, Victor. We need a holding pattern for a little bit so we can get down to 3,300 feet. Here, let's turn out here and go holding out here.
Sierra Oscar Victor, hold northeast of Gateway, right turns.
Cross speed off. It's pulse recognition, landing lights. Those clicks are so satisfying. All right, we already played the briefing. Seatbelt signs are on. I'm not worried about the APU. We're not doing another flight after this. All right, let me see here. All right, timer. Let's, we're heading on a course of 303 now. It said right-hand turns, so let's turn around. And after we level our wings out, we will,
Folks, we are now beginning our final approach into Phoenix.
sort of.
Please turn off your electronic devices and
Sort
stow
of,
them until we
Juniper.
arrive at the gate. Make sure your seatbelt
Once
is
we go
fastened
wings
and
level,
your
we'll
seat
put
is
the
in
clock on
full
for a minute.
upright position. The weather in Phoenix is currently clear with a temperature of 41 degrees Celsius. Our assigned parking is at stand 503. Thank you for your cooperation.
I
as
mean,
we
it looks like
prepare
we
for
should
landing.
be like close enough to the ground. What is the... What's our real altitude right now? right, well, let's switch. We don't need the clock. Let's switch this. I mean, it looks like we're close enough to the ground. Shit. Okay, all right. Glide slope is starting to come into play now. Oh, we probably should have put the clock on. It's all right. Let's spin back around again. So we must not be that close to the ground because terrain hasn't started showing up in here, especially in green. Green means we're like just less than 2,000 feet above ground. Yellow is like 500 to 1,000 feet. What's our ground speed right now? Ground speed is 247, so yeah, we're still going down at about a 3% angle. 5 times the ground speed. Let's slow our descent down a little bit. And let's spin back around now. And hopefully, this time we'll be able to capture the glide slope and the localizer. Could put our flaps down now if we really wanted to, but I'm not going to yet. All right, let's slow our descent a little bit more. Once we level out our wings, we'll activate approach mode, or at least navigation mode, so we can capture the localizer. I don't like doing that until we are wings level. See, we can see on here, the green and the yellow and shit. That's the ground. Red right there, that means we're like, red pretty much means you're dead, essentially. All right, let's see our approach mode. All right, localizer should capture any moment. We're still a bit away from the airport. right, localizer's captured. Yeah, we're still more than 10 miles out. Oh, no, we're not. No, we are not. All right, let's wait until we capture the glide slope before we put the landing gear down. Oh, you know, I guess we could put it down now. What's our speeds here? So landing gear is below 150. Flaps 1 is below 190. All right, we can now put the landing gear down. We can go flaps 1.
Cessna Sierra Oscar Victor, contact Gateway Tower on 120.6.
Contact Gateway Tower on 120.6.
We're a little slow. I think that's what that red means. It's kind of like coming in on an aircraft carrier. How it's got the, if you're too fast, too slow.
Bravo Sierra. Oscar Victor. Good evening. Established on the ILS runway 30 center approach.
All right, we have 3 green for the gear. That's good. Go flaps 2. Boy, I hope we nail the landing the first time. I really don't feel like doing go-arounds tonight. We did that. I did a few of those on X-Plane. I'm good. I don't want to do any more of those. All right, let me put the keyboard over here. Ugh. All right, speed is almost good for landing. That's why we had that little dot there. There we go. We'll go flaps full once we capture the glide slope. All right, speed's good. Glide slope should be capturing any moment. All right, let's go flaps full.
30 center. Cessna Hotel. Bravo Sierra. Oscar Victor.
Hold short of 30 center, November 56 Hotel Lima.
All right, glide slope is captured. I'm scared to put the frame rate up to see what it is. Like, oh man, I get so scared on this simulator. I don't have that problem with X-Plane. It's only in this one that I get scared about frame rates and shit. All right, let me take control.
Autopilot.
Y'all dampener off, my control. Come on, frame rate, work for me, bitch. Oh, 12 hours from now I'll be working. Fuck! Why do my day offs go by so quick? Not like I have a hard job. I'm just on the phone all day talking to people. You know, it's not like it's physically demanding or anything. Mentally, it's a tough job. Being rejected all day and having to be on point all day, and that's a little tiring sometimes, but it's not a physically demanding job, that's for sure. All right, glide slope's doing its thing. We're still fairly centered.
Approaching runway 30. Center.
30, center. Brace for impact, bitch. We're coming in. I'm about ready to get fired from another airplane. I've been fired from JetBlue. Been fired from Ryanair.
30 right, clear to land, Allegiant 3533.
I didn't know this little airport had so many runways, man. Like I knew like regular Phoenix Airport, but I didn't know like this little one here. They had 3 runways. That's pretty dope. I'll have to look up and see how busy this airport is. Like, do they really have like that many flights coming in and leaving every day that they have to have 3 runways? And they're all like facing the same like way. It's not like it's like oh yeah, I think I got fired from Spirit. You're right about that. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. All right, let's angle into the wind.
200.
Come on, frame rate.
100.
Hold short of 30 center, November 5,
50.
Lima.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Boy, I tell you, once I get used to capturing the center line, I'm gonna be fucking dangerous. Once I can capture the center line, I'm gonna be dangerous as fuck, dude. All right, we gotta watch that landing again. All right, let's pause this bitch. Let me turn off say intentions, and let me stop Skyward. Yeah, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to capture this. I moved over too far. I overcompensated for the wind too much. It's all right. Shit happens. All right, come on, Sky Dolly. Come on, bitch. I want to finish my dinner. And Phil is on. I got to start trolling DSP. All right, let's go back like 3 minutes. All right, let's pause this for a second, and let's go into wrong menu. Do tower view. There's our airplane. Hello, friend. Oh, that's kind of gay. Now we're good. All right, there we go. Probably speed this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do one like this, and then one from probably inside. One thing I never really cared about doing was shutting down the airplane. That's why, like, I always stop them, like, on the runway. I'm like, nobody cares about me pulling up to the gate. I don't care about pulling up to the gate. Everybody knows how to pull up to a gate. Well, we are really far away for this being tower view. Oh, that's a shame. Let me pause this and make sure that's the right, that's still the closest view. That's better. All right, let me back up just a little bit. There we go. I was trying to use the rudder to correct this, but I can only do so much. See there, you can see me trying to correct it. Nice. All right, let's back up a little bit. All right, let's pause here. And let's grab a seat from inside. And that airplane sounds so good. God bless the VST filters.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Nice. All right, and we're going to do one last one, but with theater mode on. Yeah, you too, Scalebait. I'll see you next time. Keep me posted on that, on what you find out with restarting the sim after you save it. I'm curious about that. See if it works for you. Oh, I hope it doesn't do flyby for the next camera angle. All right, I can fuck with that. That's cool. All right, that works. That's gonna end the stream, yes sir. Let's close out Skyward. Back up. All right, my friends. Well, that's about it for tonight's show. I highly doubt we'll be back tomorrow. If I do come back tomorrow, I'm not aware of it at the moment. Like, I'm not planning on streaming tomorrow, but I might. You never know. I mean, stranger things have happened. But that's about it, my friends. I will see you on the next episode of the Airplane Show. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and throw me some money one day. I certainly will say thank you. And once again, I believe your mom, she sponsored this episode tonight, so just thank her for, you know, keeping things real. I appreciate it. I'm just kidding. All right, see y'all later. Bye.